Unless you've been living under a rock, you've probably heard that Trump is considering invoking the Alien Enemies Act of 1798. So let's talk about how this has been used in the past and how he probably plans on using it now to accelerate immigration detentions and enforcement. So during World War I, it was invoked to essentially remove Germans from the United States. It's traditionally been used to remove non-citizens from the United States who are citizens of countries with whom the United States is, at war against. And I mean declared war against, okay? World War II, it was used to detain Japanese, Germans, and Italian non-immigrants in the United States and remove them because, we were at war with those countries. Beyond, in the Cold War and beyond, it hasn't really been invoked a lot. It's been primarily a dormant statute. But what we now know is that Trump is considering invoking it and declaring certain nationals from primarily, we think, Venezuela and Mexico as enemies of the United States, specifically those that have ties to gangs or, drug cartels. We're thinking specifically, right, Tren de Aragua or other drug cartels in Mexico. So legal challenges, because we do foresee legal challenges. Now, the reason it would be invoked is to bypass normal immigration removal proceedings, right? They don't need to go in front of an immigration judge. And so that is the big thing for the Trump administration, is that they don't actually have to meet the standards they would otherwise normally have to meet to remove these individuals from the U.S. In other words, they don't have to follow due process. And so, of course, we foresee a lawsuit coming challenging that based on, a lack of due process. We also foresee certain organizations like the ACLU or other, civil rights organizations making the argument that there's a lack of a declared war, right? The act was designed for use during wartime, but the U.S. is not officially at war with most immigrant sending countries. We're not at war with Venezuela. We're not at war with Mexico. And Congress, not the president, declares war, right? So using an act without an actual war could exceed that presidential authority. The Alien Enemies Act was applied to citizens of hostile nations. This is beyond the legislative intent, right, of the original law. So that statutory interpretation challenge, I imagine, we'll be seeing some of that. And also equal protection, 14th Amendment, discrimination, right? This is definitely specifying nationalities, ethnic groups. We know that there's going to be profiling as a result of this. So I see some type of equal protection argument coming as well. We'll see what happens. This could be announced as soon as, I think, tomorrow. What we've seen in this second Trump administration is that they love Fridays. They love announcing things on Fridays. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. Possibly a travel ban. Possibly he invokes the Alien Enemies Act.